Welcome to the Career Boost podcast of the Medical Portfolio. As you know, this is a podcast dedicated to helping cardiologists and physicians navigate their careers, featuring insights from experts who bring valuable knowledge and experience to the table. The podcast explores career development, work life balance, and the latest trends in medicine. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce Professor Luigi Badano, a distinguished figure in cardiovascular medicine whose career has left an undeniable international footprint. Based in Milan, Professor Badano has made significant contributions across clinical practice, research, and leadership, shaping the field of cardiovascular imaging, his primary area of expertise. His work has been recognized globally, having held key leadership roles. A sought after speaker and a respected reviewer for leading cardiology journals, he has played a pivotal role in advancing multimodal cardiovascular imaging. Professor Badano, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
An honor. Thank you, Ricardo.
So, your career path has been remarkable. Could you give our listeners a brief overview of the key moments that shaped it?
Yeah, sure. After being graduated at the medical school, I started as an invasive cardiologist in a main hospital in Genoa. But after a couple of years, I had to leave because I have to find a place where to earn a salary. So the only way is to move to another hospital where there was no invasive facility. And so I started to study the cardiac physiology and pathology with echo. And then I have fallen in love with this technology that has accompanied me during my whole career. Um, Quite soon, that small hospital didn't make me so happy, so I had to move. I moved from west to east, north Italy to Pordenone, then in Udine. And then they offered me the possibility of an academic position. So I moved again from Udine to run the Ecolab in Padua, where we had most of our scientific and educational development. And finally, after 10 years in Padua, I got the position of full professor at the University of Milano Bicocca in Milan. That is my current place.
We all have mentors or role models who leave a lasting impact. Who played that role for you, and in what ways did they influence your journey?
That's a very difficult question. I just don't have one. I have many. Starting from Roberto Lang, I was inspired by reading his papers to go more in depth with the three-dimensional echocardiography, and then I built my academic career on that technology. And finally, I met him in 2010, and we became big friends and developed so many projects together. In United States, another remarkable figure was Bob Levine, who taught me the passion for research and pathophysiology. And from my personal academic career in Europe, I have to thank Alan Fraser and Fausto Pinto, who introduced me into the European Association of Cardiovascular Imaging and offered me the position to work for this association and to grow with it.
No career is without its hurdles. What were some of the toughest challenges you encountered, and how did you navigate through them?
Well, now that I am old, I realize that I really missed a mentor, no one guiding me. So I make a lot of mistakes, and then I have to learn from my mistakes. In addition, being the son of a couple of farmers without any one of my parents in the medical business, I was just none among the many. But then I had clear my goals. I wanted to be on the stage on those international meetings, not just a listener. I wanted to be someone who wants to tell something to the colleagues. I wanted to have a role in the international societies. I wanted to be visible among the cardiologists around the world. And this was a real push to constantly look for a better position, for a better scientific output and grow constantly. I've never stopped to learn and grow.
Conversation around gender equality in healthcare professionals is more relevant than ever. Do you think gaps still exist?
Well, yeah, I think gaps exist. Gaps are, from my point of view, are mostly an heritage from the past, since women in cardiology and in medicine had many issues, many more issues than men to grow and make their career. Nowadays, I don't think this exists anymore, at least in the field of cardiovascular imaging. For example, in my lab, the majority are women than men, and we don't have any big problem. This is also in cardiology, but still they are paying a price because there is. It's a matter of time, and then we fill all the gaps that they have accumulated in the past.
And continuous learning is crucial in medicine. How do you keep your analytical skills sharp and stay ahead in your field?
Hmm. Well, I think that there are two main push for that. First of all, young daughters that challenge me and push me every single day to do more, to see more, to offer more opportunities. And then the work I do for scientific journals as an associate editor, as a reviewer, this allows me to be always on the front edge of science, collect new ideas, learn new ways of doing things in a different way as we have done in the past. I think these two are the main pushes to maintain enthusiasm and curiosity.
Finding a balance between professional and personal life can be tricky. How do you manage your responsibilities while maintaining well being?
Well, I have across the years, I have changed my habits. Let me say till well, before COVID, I would say, we were used to work at night, to work during weekend, to finish commitments, papers, book chapters, lessons, and so on. Then there was this forced stop that um, made us to rethink our life. And I really rethinked my life. Also, we had a son, a little boy that changed completely my mind. So nowadays I try to prepare a strict schedule for what I have to do the day, but I have taken the habits, never work during the evening, dedicate time to the family, and never working during weekends. Just occasionally answering some urgent mails, but no more than a few minutes. And then I prefer playing tennis, cooking, and dedicate times. This, at the end of the day, if you are able to avoid lose of time, useless meetings, useless discussion. You will save a lot of time that will allow you to accomplish your schedule without going extra time.
Leadership takes many forms, but in your view, what's the defining trait of truly outstanding leaders?
If uh, I think that one of the main qualities is respect. Um, Treating others in the same way you would like others to treat you, independent on their position in the hospital or in the society, is a way to establish a true relationship that are not just the chief or the head and the employers, but just full respect, compassion, being able to feel the issues that the others are facing and trying to help, or at least to be part of, is another important quality. And finally, I would say vision. You should have a project. You should be able to share this project with the people who are working with you, and make him then part of it. This will solve many, many issues and allows you to have a really happy place to work with, and an happy group to work with.
If you could go back in time, what piece of advice would you give to your younger self as you embarked on this career?
Find a good mentor.
And for young cardiologists, assuming that they have a good mentor and aiming to accelerate their careers, what practical strategies or insights would you offer?
You should have a plan. You should have a goal. Doesn't matter how big or small is your goal, but it should be your goal and not the goal that others have set with you. And don't stop to work for that. It will not happen next week. It will not happen in next month, probably next year. But if you work hard and you have a clear mind where you wanted to go, you will succeed.
Cardiology is evolving rapidly. What breakthroughs or challenges do you think will shape its future the most?
That's very difficult. I have seen so many changes during my career that I have never been able to foresee in the past. So, and nowadays the feeling is that everything is accelerating so fast that it's really difficult to imagine the future. Maybe this artificial intelligence stuff and all it is around this may play a major role in the future. Um, and doctors, cardiologists will change their way of working, and will spend probably less time in acquiring data, images, or whatever, and more time in dealing with a huge amount of data to go for a more personalized medicine. And I think this, if it will happen, will be the real breakthrough, not anymore a pill that can treat everyone with a certain condition, but that pill for that man or that woman with his own condition.
And now the last question. Is there a book that profoundly influenced your perspective, one you would highly recommend to our listeners?
Yeah, sure. Outliers, a story of success by Malcolm Gladwell. This really changed my vision of successful people. and I learned that everyone has a chance and can do it.
Amazing. As we wrap up this episode of Career Boost, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Professor Luigi Badano for sharing his insights, experiences, and wisdom with us. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your colleagues and who might find it valuable. Stay tuned for more episodes where we bring your career tips, expert advice, and thought-provoking discussions to help you thrive in the world of medicine. See you soon.